All right, we're looking good. And okay, and action. Hi. All right, so check it out. So today, I locked into a Capricorn One. I don't know if you've ever seen Capricorn One. Capricorn One came out in 1978. I saw it. I was a kid, little kid, and I saw it because it was about basically astronauts supposedly going to Mars, and then not going to Mars, and then the U.S. government like trying to hunt them down because they escaped from this little like warehouse somewhere in Southern California, and try to kill them because they basically faked a Mars mission. And now, of course, in the world of InfoWars and Alex Jones and Trump mania and all that, I mean, people think this stuff is real now, and the moon landings and all that stuff were not kosher. But anyway, I had not seen Capricorn One. I mean, maybe in 40 years, and so it's on Amazon right now, and it threw itself at me. I was like, gotta watch Capricorn One. So boom, all right, Capricorn One. You have Sam Waterston. You have O.J. Simpson. I mean, I think one of his first roles. And you have James Brolin, like that cool late 70s James Brolin zone. James Brolin actually almost got picked to be James Bond. He actually, American. He actually went and auditioned to be James Bond. There's an audition tape. Find it on YouTube. So anyway, Capricorn One, it's pretty cool. It's not, it's not the greatest film in the world, but, I'd heard that it wasn't like the greatest. I guess I read some crap that people were like, Capricorn One. But I was watching it, I was like, this is fucking cool. In 1978, 79, 90, whenever, 70, 80, I would have thought it was fucking awesome. And I probably did. I was 12. And basically, it looks cool. It's got like all the elements. There's a helicopter. Fucking Telly Savalas is in it, flying a biplane, all right? Karen Black is in it. Karen Black just kind of shows up. Elliot Gould is in it. Elliot Gould. I mean, it's got everybody. Hal Holbrook. I mean, list goes on. It's like half of all the President's Men. I got the guy that played the Dirty Tricks dude and All the President's Men. Sergetti, whatever his name is. Who's like, hey, yeah, hanging out with Dustin Hoffman. Like, yeah, man, I just did Dirty Tricks for Nixon. He's in it, and I guess he just dies because he kind of just goes away. I don't want to give away the plot here, but he kind of on to the fact that here's what happens. Okay, basically, rocket goes up. They're supposed to be sending a rocket up to Mars, and it's 1979, right? And Hal Holbrook is in charge of the space program, NASA. And apparently he just knows that this thing's bullshit. It's not going to happen. So the minute they're like in the spaceship and they're ready to go. Guy knocks on the little window and says, dude, you got to come out of the spaceship. Come on, come with me. And they leave. And the next thing you know, they're just getting on a helicopter and they're just flying away. And they're like, what? And they're still in their spacesuits. O.J. Simpson does not have a lot of lines. So, he's not an actor. It's just like, we just need O.J. is in the cast and he's like one of the astronauts. So he occasionally looks around, he emotes. He does things like that. Anywho. So they stick these guys in a warehouse. Hal Holbrook shows up and does actually this pretty cool 5-minute speech about it probably would really work in a play. It actually does work in the movie. But there's this long speech where he's just talking to James Brolin about how they're old friends. They've known each other for 16 years in the space program. And then he kind of looks at Sam Waterston, who no one really knows at this point. Remember Law and Order? He'll go on to do big things. And then O.J., of course, he's O.J. O.J.'s just kind of sitting there, just nodding his head. And so the Hal Holbrook, James Brolin's not chatting a lot. He's just being cool. James Brolin, cool. And the Amityville Horror hasn't happened yet. He's about to do that pretty soon. He's kind of in that weird period of his career. He has no idea he's going to be marrying Barbara Streisand. The list goes on and on. He's just he doesn't know that he's going to have Josh Brolin. Maybe Josh is a little kid at that point. So anyway, he goes on, and so they're sort of captured in this warehouse in the middle of Southern California because Hal Holbrook goes, look, here's the deal. The rocket ship's taken off. No one knows that you're not on it. You're going to have to hide out for months on end here while this rocket ship's supposedly going to Mars. And if you're not cool, we're going to murder your families. So basically the entire thing goes like they go to Mars, they come back. Well, actually, they're pretending to go to Mars and come back. And right when they're coming back, all of a sudden they're like, oh, we should kill these astronauts. Because apparently they overheard the astronaut, I think is Sicking, some Hill Street Blues and a bunch of other guys you recognize in a minute. He's like listening and going, they're over, the astronauts are talking. They're going, hey, you know, maybe this, I think we're going to be murdered kind of thing. You know, something bad's going to happen. And they're like, oh, maybe we should take these guys out. Here's where the cool part happens. These two helicopters, Bell helicopters, just show up. They're like guys with helmets. They're like assassins in helicopters. And all they do now is they're chasing these guys around the desert for, I mean, a good almost 30 minutes of just chasing them around the desert. And then this is when Telly Savalas. Telly Savalas shows up with kind of an accent, kind of a southern accent. And he's flying Elliot Gould. The whole Elliot Gould's other part. He's a journalist who's chasing. He kind of got a line of the story. He saw a little video that they were supposed to send back from Mars or from the space flight to Brenda Vaccaro, who is literally sitting there. James Brolin plays her husband, and he's like, "Hey, I can't wait to get back and see you because." You remember that trip we took last year to Yosemite? And she's like, and got, aha, Elliot Gould's like, he watches the tape and he's like, there was no trip to Yosemite. What's he saying to Brenda Vaccaro? Brenda Vaccaro, I need some, I don't have notes in front of me right now. Brenda Vaccaro, I recognize her more from commercials, like commercials from my childhood. Or in TV shows from the 80s. I can't really place her in a lot of things right now. She's probably amazing and has done tons of stuff. And I know her, but I just can't place her. But anyway, she's the sympathetic wife. And so Elliot Gould's bothering her going, I think that I saw this video or this film that you just didn't seem to understand what he was talking about. She goes, oh, what he really meant, we were going to Flat Rock City or something like that, which apparently is a Wild West town that they were filming movies in. Fake movies, obviously, sending hey, this isn't real kind of thing. Anyway, so Capricorn One, it's rock and roll. It's an action movie. It's actually fucking cool. And I remember it being cool as hell. I actually had the book. I remember being in 5th or 6th grade and actually having the book. And just thinking it was cool as hell. And I probably read it and probably thought it was really awesome. And so, but anyway, at the very end, there's a scene where, and it's kind of classic, you would never see this now, the President of the United States is giving a speech at a graveyard because they're having this memorial to the 3 lost astronauts of Capricorn One. And then Elliot Gould, who was just rescued with Telly Savalas from flying helicopter guys wearing helmets, and they crash the helicopters. I don't want to give too much away. Yes, they get killed. They win. Next thing you know, Elliot Gould and James Brolin are in a 280Z, or 1978 280Z. I actually had a 280Z, a 1977 280Z, so it would have been that same period. And they just kind of pull up to the graveyard. The president is there, and those 3 or 4 guys with the things in their ears, like the Secret Service. No one's paying too much attention until they get out and they start running in slow-mo. I'm talking fucking slow-mo. And then it gets really slow. It's fucking awesome. And Elliot Gould is back here, and James Brolin running, and they keep cutting to the family going, huh? And the president going, huh? And Hal Holbrook, who, the game is up, he's sitting there going, what? And then it just fucking ends. It's just classic. It just goes fade to black. Credits. Capricorn One. I lost gem. A lost gem from a golden era, a lost era, an era that we really, really, really need to go explore more. And I think we're going to explore more because this was the first episode of me exploring fucking movies like Capricorn One for your pleasure in about 9-10 minutes. So I hope you enjoyed this. Ciao.